Hello everybody, LegoBaby3 here, and today we're going to be doing a review on the Fused Cube. So just a quick note before we start is I'm actually trying out a new camera angle, and that's because we're redoing our room and I don't have any of my cubes up there as I normally do. So I'm just going to try this out, and you can leave in the comments whether or not you like this one better or not as much as the other one. So this cube was basically my first attempt at a mod. I went to the store and bought two Rubik's Cubes, and I tried to do this mod based on, I don't know, I think it was like Monkey Dude 1313's tutorial. This was like years ago. And basically I built it, and I barely even dremeled things down. In the core you need to dremel it down so you can glue the cores together. And I just kind of glued it together with a tiny bit of super glue. And I think I put it together, and like the next day it fell apart. And so I tried to do it again, and I found some like epoxy stuff, which was really old, so but I never actually ended up using it, so I just set it on my table and never touched it. And just recently I picked it up and it fell apart again. And so I actually went and took the time to super glue it together really well, and then put like filler in all the cracks and everything, and then like dremel it down and made it all flat and perfect. And so yeah, it's a lot better than it used to be. Although because these are Rubik's Ring cubes, they do turn pretty badly. Of course, they do turn worse than when I got them, actually, and that's just because I had to glue the cores together, and it was kind of awkward to do that. And I'll show you the mechanism in a second. But basically what you do is, on the core of a Rubik's Cube, so like, let's just use this cube for example. You take 3 centers, and then you dremel a tiny bit off of each center, and then you do that on the other cube, and then you just stick the two together, and putting glue right here, 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 and here. And it would fuse them together, just like this. So before we get into all the solving and turning of it, I'm just going to show you the mechanism real quick. I'll probably have to find a screwdriver to take this apart. Here we go. Boop. And you see it's just a regular Rubik's Ring pieces. Okay, so you see here's the core, and you see, yeah, I basically just dremeled it off a little bit and stuck them both together. And so you see, I have actually glued them together, and I dremeled it down to be almost flat. It's a little bit better on each of these sides. And then right there, I don't know if you can see that, I put milliput in the hole that was formed right there. And then I kind of dremeled that down to the best of my ability. And yeah, now pieces like an inch piece can go over it pretty smoothly and without interruption. Actually looking at it now, and these pieces just broke apart, so that's a bit of a problem. I'll go re-glue that soon. I guess I'm gonna have to get on with this review. Yeah, that's kind of ironic. I was just bragging about how much better I did it, and then it breaks. Okay, so I re-glued it. Hopefully that'll hold at least for the rest of this review. So I'll just hold that while I'm talking. So each of these turns pretty well, except the yellow one. When I was doing this a long time ago, I must have gotten some sort of like super glue or something in here. It turns really badly. I think I've loosened it up a little bit since I first had it, but yeah, it still turns pretty bad. And you see, I don't know what I was doing a long time ago, but on some of these pieces there's like super glue and like sorts of like glue and like sandpaper and stuff all over it. Like that piece has like all sorts of super glue all over it. So yeah, I don't know what I was doing with that. Okay, so I got this back, hopefully at least temporarily. While I was putting like the last few pieces in, I actually noticed it did crack again. So, as long as I can finish this review, I'm probably not gonna need to use this again, so yeah, that should be fine. That really does just show you the bad quality of Rubik's puzzles, because like, I put tons of super glue in, and like filler, and like dremeled it down and everything, and it dried for like days, and still, because it was so tight, it just broke it right there. I really wish I could have bought another cube, like a ShengShou cube, but I didn't know about them at the time, so I didn't. But if I'm gonna do this again, I'm definitely gonna use a ShengShou cube. So again, as for the turning, it's just like a regular Rubik's Cube with a couple extra bumpy feelings because of that, and I can already tell that that cracked piece is messing everything up. And so yeah, it's just like a regular Rubik's Cube. And again, the yellow side, even though it does turn really bad when it's just the core, it barely even noticeable difference between the yellow side and other sides. So for solving it, it's really like you just have to make the cross, which is just 2 pieces, and then do some F2L moves, and like I think most of the time you have to put the F2L slot in this middle slot and then like take it out and put it in different ways depending on which slot you're putting it in. And yeah, that's how I do it at least. And then I just have a big list of OLLs and PLLs, and I just find ones that only use R, U, and F moves, and just complete solve like that. So if you don't have a fuse cube and you still want to solve it like this, it's really easy. You just like hold the pieces like this. Just make sure that you don't turn any of these pieces, and you can just be like that. And this behaves just like a fuse cube right here. Oops, not that. And you can see solving like this, I'm already running into a bunch of trouble, like, just with the limited algorithms that I know. I have no idea what algorithm I can do for this that only uses R, F, and U. But luckily, I can just do this algorithm because I'm not constrained by those moves on this cube. So overall, this puzzle is actually a pretty cool puzzle. It's quite a bit of a challenge, but of course the construction of it, because of how I did it and like how I did it over and over and over again, and super glue apparently doesn't want to work. I'm really disappointed with the actual output of the puzzle, but just as a kind of showpiece, like not having anybody play with it or anything, it's pretty cool. And I think this is probably going to be the last turn I ever do on it for at least a couple of months. So if you like this new camera angle, make sure to leave a comment about it. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!